global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news.
Hello beautiful people, welcome back to our channel. Last year Fubara had presented his 2025 budget. In fact, just a few hours to go. Really, it didn't sit well, of course, with the Okojumbo, the Martins Amaewhule led assembly, where they believed that Okojumbo was really not the recognized assembly, but they were the recognized assembly. They went on protest insisting that Fubara was operating on illegality and is taking this whole thing too far, this joke according to them too far, and they insisted that Fubara must obey the rule of law. A lot of things were said. Of course, they were still battling with this whole issue of Fubara presenting his budget to the three-member panel, but it looks like they still have a lot to grasp on this whole matter, as Fubara have decided to do the unthinkable in their sight. Before we go into the newspaper, kindly subscribe to our channel. According to the news, His Excellency Governor Siminalayi Fubara has signed into law the 2025 Rivers State budget. Now, the 2025 Rivers State Appropriation Bill totaling 1.1 trillion naira. Below are the statement of His Excellency as he signed into law the Appropriation Bill tagged Budget of Inclusive Growth and Development. Let me first thank the Rivers State House of Assembly for doing a very diligent job, and also realizing that what we have ahead of us is to continue to work for Rivers people. So I want to thank you for working very, very hard and ensuring that we hit the ground running in the new year. I want to say this, maybe for some persons somewhere who are still mixing up issues, we have only one assembly, and that assembly is headed by Right Honorable Victor Okojumbo. A group of friends about 9 or 10 months ago embarked on what they call a Sinbad journey. Halfway through the journey, while they were coasting, they realized they were entering into the den of devils and sharks. They now retrieved, but it was too late. The truth is, we are not going back. We have given enough room for peace. As it stands now, our majority target is the interest of Rivers State and to continue to defend the integrity of governance. As far as I am concerned, we have moved on. Let me thank everyone who made this possible. We made a promise to you that we would continue to keep the interest of Rivers State first. So now that this bill has been signed, I can assure you that every projection in it will be kickstarted so that the record of the performance accorded to this administration in the year 2024 will be surpassed in this year 2025. Let me thank my management team, that is my ESCO, for all the support, most especially my deputy and everyone, the Commissioner for Finance, Budget, and the Acting Internal Revenue Chairman for the wonderful job they did last year. We expect you to do more because we have a bigger task ahead of us. We have made some promises to our people in education, in health, and agriculture. We must ensure we make a good impact, just like we have done in the areas of good roads, road infrastructure, and other aspects of the economy. Let me on this note thank everyone and wish you a happy and prosperous new year ahead as we continue the journey of making Rivers State great again. Thank you. All right, let me just, for emphasis sake, this is getting interesting. He said something that caught my attention. My colleague is in the house. He said, I want to say this, maybe for some persons somewhere who are still mixing up issues, we only have one assembly, and that assembly is headed by Right Honorable Victor Okojumbo. He said a group of friends about 9 or 10 months ago embarked on what they called a Sinbad journey. Halfway through the journey, while they were coasting, they realized they were entering into the den of devils and sharks. They now retrieved, but it's too late. The truth is, we are not going back. We have given enough room for peace. As it stands now, our majority targeted the interest of Rivers State. My colleague is in the house. What's a take on these latest words being said by Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara on the fact that he's saying something unique, that the Sinbad journey? Who do you think is referring to in this case?
Among our friends, you know that these were the people who had been on that coastal journey, sailing into the rim that to return now is a challenge, and I must say that Fubara really wants to see the state work. The president called them up and had made some very strong demands on them, because we're talking about my administration now. Everything that is good happening in this administration will be named after me. That during Bola Tinubu's government, this is what will happen. And so everyone, the president wants their hand all to be on deck. Let's see how we can deliver dividend of democracy, not just to FCT as a region, but we're talking about the entirety of Nigeria. Let's see how we can salvage the nation, ranging from Nasarawa down to Gombe, down to Rivers State, name it. Everybody must work. So right now, the man is so focused, talking about Fubara. Last year, I would say he was the best performing governor, considering the fact that amidst all the battles, all the crises that came after him, but still he was able to slate out 14 days to commission, and those projects he did was something that was properly being monitored by him, though the commissioner of work was doing his own part, but him too was putting enough pressure on them to ensure that they deliver, and they deliver effectively. So this is one thing that he's focused on right now. When I looked through his budget, I noticed that the range was not so big. I'm talking about the recurring and the capital. The people's welfare was very close. I think about 46, and then 44, and then for capital projects, infrastructure was about 56. In some states, much money is pushed into the area of infrastructure, and then very little about the people. The only thing that you see in recurring would be just the salaries of employed people. But this one, he made a provision for the salaries of people yet to be employed, which means that he has a plan of employing more people into the civil service so that they can also enjoy the 85,000 naira minimum wage. This is what we're talking about. Whatever you are doing in terms of infrastructure, don't also forget that it's the people that will enjoy it. And he says that he won't put much pressure in the area of tax payment, especially for upcoming businesses. The one that are already established, they will put more force on them, go through their books to make sure that they so that will be in sync with the chairman of IRS, internally, or Internal Revenue Service. But for those who are upcoming, we're not putting much pressure on them, just to make sure that they balance and see Rivers State as a conducive environment. So for me, he's ready to run. So 3-man House of Assembly, whether you like it or not, I am running with them. So it's better you accept your fate, because you guys are not returning, irrespective of who you think you are.
One last word. Honestly speaking, don't be biased. Do you think there's hope for Martins Amaewhule? Even if they return, even if they try to return, do you think Fubara will accept them back?
Fubara has made up his mind to move on with these 3 guys. Right now, Fubara has thrown the ball off his table to that of INEC. Carry out this thing. I am with you guys. If you decide that representation should continue, then hold the by-elections, and then people will, if Martins Amaewhule and the rest decides to go through the INEC, at the end of the day, they are being brought in again. So be it. But right now, as far as I'm concerned, I am running with these 3 people, pending the time that INEC will, carry out the by-election. Outside that, nobody, even if they do any mago and anything, the truth is that they are gone, and they are gone for good. He had already said it before now. So that's the situation on ground.
So much for Sinbad, the solo and the journey. Let's meet in our comment section also. Have a nice time.